Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give all the powers to chant. Jah give all the powers to chant. Rastafari, the lion's voice.
Today we want to touch forward on the Rastafari man standard. We are in the coronation time. September 27th, we celebrated the elevation of the Dejazmatch Tafari, or the Dejazmatch Tafari, into Rastafari. September 27th, 1916, the proclamation was given. The actual coronation was February 11th, and big up. We had someone in the comments who, made that comment, and we love that because it shows that ones are reading the autobiography, we're seeking clarification. The lion pride. Let me just, before I even go into anything, let me just explain the vision for the lion pride. The lion pride is not a yes man society. The lion pride, we come together, we reason, and we get things done. You know what I mean? The first thing we want to do as the lion pride is stabilize the platform. We have to stabilize our economic base. That's the principle. So, by supporting, by watching, by joining the Patreon, the lion pride serves its duty. Now, within that service, we're going to have a vigorous reasoning, a vigorous debate, vigorous topics, back and forth, sharing information, iron sharpen iron. That's why it's a lion pride. So we are all leaders, and leadership is very key, particularly for the black man in this time. And according to the demographics of this channel is 95% male. So one of the things we want to cultivate on the platform is leadership, because we have to lead families to build a strong nation, to build a strong community, to build a strong society. It starts with strong families, and we need that male leadership to really step up right now. It's Armageddon time. I think every spiritual person, I was just on a call with some other ones from another faith, and everyone is in agreement. Spiritually, you feel it. You know what time it is on earth. So we have no time to waste. We have to connect. We have to rise. Family. So we give thanks. We step out on the YouTube platform to bring forward the lion's voice. One of the things that we have come forward with initially, because it's a solution-based channel, this is about the building of Zion, is the Rastafari man standard. Now we want to break down this Rastafari man standard as we enter the coronation season, which was the highest elevation declared on earth. That means there's no higher elevation that a man can receive than Haile Selassie the first. Throne seal that now gonna happen again. I not see it. So one can disagree. I don't see anything like the coronation happening. It's the highest elevation. However, I can achieve heights within the livity of Rastafari, which is a life that has been lived, and we have to examine that life lived. And to that extent, the autobiography. This is a channel, and again, we're going to be entering into a relationship. We'll have the autobiography available here soon, but we're going to be going deep into the autobiography family, because it's a book that, as a Rastafari man in this Armageddon Iowa, we need to be really examining and looking, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned in terms of how you should be structuring your life at the particular time period. I step out on the stage as a Dejazmatch, and as I said earlier, my elders had given I the title of Ras. My Iman community, even to this day, no matter I could have called myself Dejazmatch till me weak, ones will still forward and call I Dejkwasi, because that's just through the tradition. It came upon I ritical. I chose, after reading the autobiography and really meditating and really going within I myself, to step forward with the title of the Dejazmatch. Why? Because I love this tradition and I don't want to miss no stage, you know. And I read about His Majesty life, the life starting with Lidj. Then we gone to the Dejazmatch. Then we gone to Ras. Then we gone to Negos. Then the Negus and the Gas. You know what I mean? Each of those stages is a particular to I journey. And within those journeys, there are roles and responsibilities. And that's what we need. That's what we're lacking. We're lacking that structure. We're lacking the focus. We have all of these titles. You walk through, you know, you see Bongo this, Congo that, Ras this, you know, all of these Jadis, you know, all of these sounds are idolful. But we need to give them some meaning and make some definitions. And as the ones them who are closest to the uprising, it's very important in this time that these things have institutional frameworks put around them. Why? Because we have elders that are passing from the earth right now. Their whole archive of knowledge gone. And as they're going, when we look at the youth stage, we see the youth on their cell phones consuming mass amount of information. We can't fathom the amount of images and information our youth them are achieving. And there's a gap. You know, we're not leaving, you know, a man say, yes, we are live, but youth them now, you know, out and live this thing like how it used to be, my family. The youth them are online. So we have to put some structure and we have to put it in a digital format. And I say that as a father of two, having Iron Man own challenges, you know, to entice my youths to continue in this great tradition. You know what I mean? Babylon is bombarding them, and we have to have some framework. So that means when I go out and I see a Dejazmatch or a Ras or a man named Negos, I know that they, you know, is a certain thing, and you know, I can say yeah, and a man can say yes, I was given this title through this group of ones. Cause it should be affirmed, you know. Yes, self-love is good, and a man step out and feel like yes, but at some point you have to live up to the sound, or the sound don't have no power. So it's not just title for the sake of title. We burn that. So let's talk about titles. Why the need for titles? Well, we look in all different societies, we see titles, and again, titles typically represent some level of achievement. You know, you achieve something, you're given a title, and this allows for the ordering of society. So, for example, I see a man who's a black belt. I know he can do some karate chop, something. You know what I mean? So, titles have a purpose. Titles within Rastafari, they're honorific, and we give thanks for that. However, the danger with that is that becomes so watered down that anyone can just use these things, and it causes confusion as to what is what at your core. And at the core, it should be solid. You know, whatever you're doing as a king man, that means your core abdominally. It means the core, your family unit. It means the core of the Rastafari family, the different organizations, mansions, gatherings. You know, all of the core of these things have to be solid. That is what we need to be doing right now, is strengthening our core on all levels, all fronts. The roots is the next way to look at it. The root of the plant has to be strengthened. So the root is your family lineage. The root is your, you know, connection with the creator, your passion. These things have to be strengthened right now. So we have to have a system within that core, within that root, to identify the different things. And within that, most societies have a rites of passage program for their children. So, and this is the key, because if you look at the Jewish community, they have bar mitzvah, and you know, one for the daughters them too. You know, you look at the different societies. African societies as well. You know, so it's not just Western societies. Rites of passage is crucial for passing on the community's traditions and culture, and we need that. And so, you know, reasoning with brethren over the years, we've talked about, and big up man like Bingi Shan, because this is something we're going to be working on. Habesha family, but big up Bingi Shan as a Bingi man. And we have other ones that we're going to be pulling together to actually work on putting together a comprehensive program to implement some of these things. But I want to use this platform to really just start the conversation and the ideas, because we're calling the family to come home. We're calling on the Lion Pride, other ones, working hours, roll up your sleeves, time now. But we're also having the conversation. We want to rise the level of the discourse within the family right now, from personal attacks and, you know, the trauma and the confusion to forward movements. Have to prepare for what is to come. Dreadful times are here and dreadful times are ahead, and we have all of the keys in the family to, you know, sustain within a high manner during the calamity that is to come, through the ital livity, through the life that we live naturally. But we have to secure the economic foundation, we have to secure the family, we have to build the infrastructure of Zion, and then we have to make sure we have the correct culture. We need a Zion culture for living a Zion, because if we come with the same culture, then wherever you go will turn to hell.
Well, I am the generation of those that chose to see the face of the great I am. With the Emperor Haile, Selassie, and King Ras Tafari of Ethiopia, well, he's the almighty creator, in flesh and in bone, and he seated upon King David's throne. Well, I came to tell the nation on the microphone.
Yo, let them know righteousness is here to conquer. The Bingi King trample down those evilest monsters. Mussolini, he's getting burnt up like ganja. Our nation needs to get stronger. Give thanks, our locks is getting longer. The angel revealed the scriptures, the number 6, verse 5. My antenna channeling the heights of the Most High. Crown King of King, Lord of Lords. Now you do the math, Ras Tafari, comfort. I and I with the staff. Children of Israel, make sure you step on the right path. It's the 21st century, the wicked about to feel the wrath of the ancient of days. Emperor Haile Selassie, pure in all his ways. That's why I KWASI and I praise the Naya Bingi King. Let the children know the salvation Naya Bingi bring. Yo, it's conscious hip-hop music, strictly for the king. For those who don't know, it's a Naya Bingi thing, hailing the Aya.
Bingi King, Naya, Bingi King, Naya, Bingi King, witness the lightning. Aya, Bingi King, Aya, Bingi King, Aya, Bingi King, witness the lightning. Fire, Bingi King, fire, Bingi King, fire, Bingi King, earthquake lightning. Naya, Bingi King, Naya, Bingi King, Naya, Bingi King, witness the lightning.
Tell him about Selassie, terrible and dreadful, with the head full of sheep wool. Babylon, you better keep cool, cause he rules. Earth is just his footstool. You think you somebody, but you're only just his tool. Whirlpools, whirlwinds, blow away their sins. Instead of following the shepherd, they were following trends. We set the judgment, they killed too many innocent. Now they got to feel the wrath of the omnipotent, omniscient king with the scepter lightning. From the birds to the creeping things, all hail him. Selassie, I guide I and I, provide for I and I, live inside I and I, so we can't die. Must live eternal I, up in Mount Zion I, side by the Most High. Aya, Bingi King, King of all kings. Can't forget Queen Omega with the scepter lightning.
Naya, Bingi King, Naya, Bingi King, Naya, Bingi King with the scepter lightning. Aya, Bingi King, Aya, Bingi King, Aya, Bingi King with the scepter lightning. Selassie bring the judgment on my enemies. Remember we the Hebrew that you claim to be. The game that you play lame to we, cause you put me in shackles and chains, and that's plain to see. They ain't got no name for we. Haile Selassie, I strike like hurricane rains off the sea.